Hello and welcome back to the ESL Weekly Cup. This is the third week of the Weekly Cup. This is our special Halloween edition, and I am joined by Tarquin the miniature dog with Biting Zombie on butt. You can join me at Jebdan and him at I'm Not Real Happy Halloween. We will see our match starting in about 5 minutes, and it looks like we've got Plastic Fantastic versus Cheese Mode. The two teams who as I remember rightly, hit second in the last two weeks. So in the first week we did have Plastic Fantastic hitting the second place, and we did have Cheese Mode last week also hitting second place last week. Sorry about that, I just drank coffee very fast. So this should be a very interesting match that we are about to see. If you can let me know in the Twitch chat who you think will win the next couple of matches, that would also be very interesting. If you have any issues with the audio or the video at any time, also let me know, and I can see if I can change anything up for you fellas and ladies if you're also in here. But yeah, just waiting to see how we are going. Oh, I'm getting so many tells. This is why I love the Guild Wars 2 community. Very, very friendly fellas. If I sound like your best friend, and then your best friend is awesome. That's just the way that works. Okay, I'm just going to go through the map very quickly just to get some time and just to also do a little bit of editing. So I left the music on for you guys because I wanted to give you a little bit of a soundtrack to get you in the mood for this second match. So just as I'm going over this, I do realise that the last two teams' names are up there, just in case you were about to mention that. So we do have Forest of Neverwhere. This is where Codecaster is also very, very useful. So I can then change this, so you will just bear with me for a moment. If you can start relaying in chat who you think's going to win this match based on the previous weeks that we've had in the ESL, Plastic Fantastic or Cheese Mode. We're going to have Plastic Fantastic playing on the blue team, and we are going to have Cheese Mode on red. So basically, just let me know who you think's gonna win, what the scores might be, who's going to take each map, who you think's going to be stronger in team fights. Really that kind of thing in the chat. We've also got some polls going up, we've got some links going up with all the rules and whatnot as well, so you guys can check that out. So I'm just going to have a quick little edit, so I'm just going to let you guys go for it in chat, and I'll just randomly talk. So hope you guys are all having a nice Halloween. This is our special Halloween edition. We've got a nice little Halloween overlay that the guys from ESL have made, so thank you to them. I think it looks very awesome, and that was notched up pretty damn quickly. I mean, these guys are pro at this kind of stuff. Damn fair play there. Nice to see in chat. Yeah, Cheese Mode. Saying they're a UK-based team. I mean, can anyone confirm that they are indeed a full UK team, then I will be shouting these boys on myself. Obviously being not biased. Don't see many full UK teams. We don't actually see many UK casters either, so I don't mind getting a UK guy to come in and give me a hand one day, who knows. Alright, so we got Cheese Mode there on the red team, and we also have Plastic Fantastic. Some great names these teams come up with for our ESL Cups. Plastic Fantastic, some very long-winded names as well. Who Gets Carried Hard, making me want to type a lot. So thank you for that, very much appreciated. So we have Forest of Neverwhere is our first map that we see here today. Just giving a little bit of a change up here. There we go, lovely. So as you can see, I'm not sure how many people who have actually been watching for the first time in Guild Wars 2 with us on this ESL. I know we have a lot a lot of guys who potentially are watching this so they can maybe get into it, having a look at Guild Wars 2, seeing what they think about it, even just having a look at the structured PvP. In Guild Wars 2, of course, you do get the option to play PvP separately, completely from the PvE world, and it doesn't really matter, you're going to get the same, you're playing as a PvP player, and that's what you want to do, then that's very, very awesome as well. In Forest of Niflheim, we have 3 capture points. This is the standard conquest system. Blue team spawns on the left side, and we do have... Apologies there. Blue team on the left side, and cheese mode on the red team will be on the right side. We have 3 capture points. We have mine over in the right. We have keep in the mid upper, and we have the henge over on the left hand side. We have... these points then get taken by the teams, and the points tick over for these teams. There is also a boss which spawns over here for the blue team. This is the chieftain boss, and we also have the boss on the other side, Svanir, for the red team. Potentially either team can swap, take both bosses, or just leave them out of play. Teams very much doing different tactics, so choosing... basically picking your tactic quite early on is very important. Could set the pace for the rest of the match. You do get plus 50 on all stats when you do kill the boss, and these actually stack on both bosses. Also, you get 25 points for the boss kill, and the bosses do respawn. So you can use those extra stats, especially if the team fights are very, very, very even. I mean, a lot of the big fights will be on keep. As you can see, there is back route to the keep on both sides. Some teams choosing to stealth, perhaps potentially under this bridge, potentially just here, getting the duration up, getting into the keep, then just basically giving their all on one one person. I've really got to pick my my comments better. Going full DPS on one target, getting that target down, then moving to the next, stealthing in, being very, very confusing the enemy, and just completely not letting them have a good day. There's so many tactics. As we saw in the last match, we did see who gets carried hard come straight over to mine, quite a few, and then also we did have them coming over to keep on the red team side and actually stopping them from getting that. Very effective tactic. It did screw Warbears over, and they pushed them very hard. They just kept pushing and pushing. Just gonna have a quick check to see how we're going. Seem to be okay. Yeah, just double checking with the teams from there, making the admins are getting the guys ready. Just got a couple of DC issues and such and so forth. It seems to be okay. So we're just going to quickly look at the team comp that we've got so far. I'm sure we can catch up with the other guy on the red team when he comes back. So we do have a warrior, a thief, a ranger, a warrior, 2 warriors on that team again. Looking like we're going for a lot of warriors on these teams. The dual warriors seem to be a very, very interesting little combo at the moment. I've seen a lot of that, especially in my own personal streams. I've seen a lot of 2 warriors, not necessarily together, but together they're really, really, really strong, especially in stunning and keeping their opponents from doing what they're meant to do, like such Guardian. Also Necros, Mesmers, warriors against Mesmers. I feel it. I've got every single character, and I feel warriors the most when I'm on my Mesmer. It's horrible, and especially Mesmers being mostly about their best as well. So on the blue team we do see a Guardian, a Warrior, a Necro, a Mesmer and a Ranger, and we do have another Warrior on the red team. So we're running a 3 Warrior setup on cheese mode with a Ranger and with a Thief. That Thief hopefully getting around the map very quickly, and I'm scared. I'm so scared for Plastic Fantastic. I'm hoping their versatility and their difference in classes is going to make up for the fact that they have 3 warriors. But we are about to get into this. We are going to see how well these guys do. I'm looking forward to this match, guys. I am looking forward to this indeed. We'll see how these splits go as we come out.
Hold on. It's theirs.
As we do see the warrior and the ranger, and just in the middle, just passing over. Ooh, doing very well there. Just the warrior there, PhD in Stomponomics. That is an awesome name. Just keeping the ranger and the other warrior up there, so he's doing a very good job. We see Azron in the midpoint at keep, just keeping that up. He is a typical spirit ranger, so he will be also holding on to that point there. He's doing very, very well. Just keeping that contested, keeping the blue team out. He's doing very nicely on that point. We do see two of the blue team there at the blue as well at the moment. Got a mesmer, so I've got so many things on the screen. He is using all those cooldowns. He's still got that res on his elite as well. Very strong res, pretty much a self-res or a res for one of his teammates if they go down. We do see Azron, he's doing very well to keep. He's just waiting, keeping out of those fights, waiting for his cooldowns to come back up. He's resetting his health a little bit, waiting for his heal, being very tactical. That is a sign of a very good and patient player. Plastic did just go down there. Thief just getting in on a little bit of that damage, but he just get the res as well. So we're just looking at that. I've got a tiny bit of a delay here, so I apologise for that, guys. We do see Brujo just potentially going down there from PhD in Stomponomics. He's just going to try and burn him down on the point there. We do see that we've got contention at the keep and at mine still. We've got a little bit of a fight, potential contention over at mine. It's very even, 40 versus 39. Both bosses still up. In the midpoint, we do see the ranger. He's holding very well. He has lost his elite there and his spirits. He's just going to have to wait to get those back up, see how well he does. It'll be very interesting to see. He has got that stone spirit off cooldown as well. Maybe just waiting for the other two to come off cooldown while he waits for that. Still got his pet. His pet is on cooldown as well, so now he's got those two spirits up, going to be popping them up as soon as he can, just to get back in there, give a little bit more support to his team and keep on that point if he can, if at all possible, which is already done. Very good fight in the mid. We see that red are actually advancing over to Henge now. Brujo going down again quite quickly, does get that support by Plastic, trying to get the res on him, got him up as well. See how well he's doing. He's got his... he's doing pretty well as well there. Mesmer and blue team making sure that they're going to keep Henge. They've regrouped. They've come back. They're making sure they're not going to lose this point. So this is what they don't want to do. They don't want to split up randomly just and completely get disorientated and just run out of the map. Now the Necro is running a very interesting spec here using the Flesh Worm utility, which I'm not sure particularly that I would use. He is going down quite fast here. He's got Death Shroud on cooldown and he's got Plague on cooldown, so no possible res there. But Ted just used exactly what he needed to use there. He used his res, getting them up quickly. He's using a very shout orientated spec, so I'm guessing he's using soldier runes to remove conditions from himself and potentially allies as well. See the mid fight, there's nothing going on in the mid really. We've got both the guys just covering each of the stair points. We do see blue team coming into the midpoint now. See the Brujo's just going to go for that, see if he can get in there, maybe get a bit of contention, trying to push him out to the point. He has got that. He's very signet spec orientated. Warriors are very, very versatile. This is where we want to see these classes at the moment in Guild Wars 2. We want to see them so we can see different people playing different specs. We saw in the last match Warriors playing with hammer, bow. We saw shield, mace. So good to see the amount of people who are coming out with different specs, knowing that potentially there is a meta which hasn't been realised, something which isn't. After all, we're only a couple of weeks after the patch has come out. I'm not a solid believer in these metas that are so solid from the off-go that
Did you see that?
that we can't try other things. And respect to these guys for trying out other things. Much respect. We are seeing it going heavy into the red team's favour at the moment, as we see blue team just defeating, just to get back onto Henge, get that contestation over. Oh, Rom doing well to get on the point, realised that he needed to get in there to keep that contested so that blue could not come back with any more points there. Rom running some nice signets as well, just using those abilities. I really do love that signet heal. I keep saying this on my streams as well. Using those abilities to get your healing up, and you think you're going down and then you pop off a few abilities and you're back up, you're back in the game, especially when you've got some support from your team coming in there, as we do see from the rest of the red. They are getting a bit pigeonholed over here. We see the thief moving off, using that initiative. That's why Red are winning at the moment. Cheese mode are winning this basically because they are getting around the map. They are decapping. They have got a free decap at the moment. Doing very well there. Which is going to move back to Henge. If we could see blue team maybe come off and move to mine, maybe one of their guys could actually go over to mine, get that decap, come back into the fight a bit. We do have blue's bosses still up as well. I potentially Red are going to go for their for the chieftain kill. Svane has just respawned as well. Want to see Plastic Fantastic get back into this. I'm quite surprised at the results at the moment in this match. Both very even teams, very, very well skilled, but there is 150 points almost in it at the moment. We do see that Cheese Mode are coming ahead here right at the moment. Nothing really going on at mid. These guys are fighting in horrible places for me to get shots of them. You selfish players. Play where my cameras are. Awesome. You see all the guys now coming into the middle. Ranger just getting in on there as well. They've got a lot of support. The Mesmer's running a portal. He's also running with Illusion of Life to get the reses up on there. Also with Decoy just to get himself a little bit of dodge, get out of there like he just did. Trying to reset himself, then coming back out. We'll just have a quick look at him in a minute when we just finish this team fight. It's all over the place at the moment. There seems to be a lot of confusion of who to focus, which target. There seems to be a lot of... Beyond is down over here. It's not near any of his teammates. Not getting the res quick. Tear is trying to res him. Looks like he's going to get it off. Unfortunately, because all the team members are playing so far away from each other, there's no grouping up. They're not looking at the downs. They can't actually get any CC in there. So they're playing well together as a team, getting them down, but then not looking at where they can move to actually get the downs and finish the team off. And we do actually see that Plastic Fantastic did, even though they didn't wipe the enemy, they did pretty much take the point, as PhD will be going down right about now by Tear, who's doing very, very well on those reses. Keeping those boons up and the duration up on his players as well, getting rid of those conditions. We see Brujo using that initiative now, also going for the points. So it's like Blue possibly listening to my stream, either that or just now thinking we need to get around this map, we need to get some points back. This is not over and we are not going to go down without a fight. We see Sizer coming in there, looking like he's just going to... just on the congestion. Nice. Brujo can't stay on the point. 2 coming in. We see Dipset coming back as well. We see Rom getting onto the point. We see Plastic Cypress. He's actually coming back in. He's going to range on top. That's good, just so he can't be seen. Warrior's going to try and tag that point as much as possible. Brujo just getting out here just to try and reset himself, regroup a little bit. We do see that he's just gonna chill. He's just gonna chill over here. He's gonna look out for the boss there, making sure no one's gonna go for that cap. We do see a bit of a team fight going on here. Mesmer's got quite a lot of damage. He's doing really well to stay up. He's got a nice little... He's doing well to keep on the point. Used his mower there on the right target. Hopefully we're going to see him go down quite fast. Yep, the focus was there. So you can see clearly from the blue team that they've definitely got those targets going up. They've mowed them and the whole team's focusing down. Within seconds he is down and he is out of that fight. So they've got the focus down there really well. It's just getting around the map and making sure they're not getting drawn into those team fights. Pretty much a massive thing in Guild Wars 2. Teams get focused on those team fights. They want to kill that guy, they want to get him down. They're focusing so hard, but they've not noticed the 1 or 2 players from the other team who have just peeled off and they've gone to the other points. This is where teams will win and lose this. We see Sizer just wandering around over there. Looks like he's going to get out of that little fight just there towards Keep. So that's a very nice movement from him around the map. See Brujo always aiming for those spirits. If Ranger's lost his spirits, he's going to be gimped quite hard, especially if he's on the point. So using that blast from the adrenaline. So we do see that Cheese Mode actually did take that quite strongly towards the end. Plastic Fantastic did come back quite well, realising the map, and they did get the 2 cap. We may have seen that match go a little bit of the a bit closer if Blue had realised that they were getting so far ahead on that 2-cap and the team fight hadn't been going for quite so long on Henge. But we do still have 2 matches left to go, and of course we do know that in this things can change. You know, teams have their maps. This is a very, very different beast. Apologies, I got a bit of a cold. Right, okay. So, as we know, this is a legacy of the Fofar. We have, once again, it is Conquest. We do have 3 capture points in the middle. We have Graveyard. On the top left, we have Waterfall. Top bottom right, we have Quarry. We also have the benefit. Instead, we have 2 NPC bosses like in the last one, but these are of each team. So, one spawns here for the red team, and one spawns here for the mighty blue team. Basically, these guys give you 150 points when you kill them. They do not respawn. They also have 4 other NPCs with them. So if you are in a 1 or 2 man team, you come up here potentially to get the boss kill. The boss is giving you a bit of a kicking, and so are the NPCs. Even though if you get them down, you get rezzed off them, like in PvE or in SPVP as well. So even if you are outnumbered, you can potentially turn that fight round. So some teams often get to 350 points. They'll run up, they'll hit one of those gates, they'll hit that gate, they'll hit that gate, or they'll hit that gate. They'll 350 points, they'll go for that boss, and they will win. Bang, smash. They've got it straight away. They've got the match. The other team could be on 450, still going for those points. They're thinking, where the hell's the other team? They've gone for their boss, and they're going to smash that boss down, and they're going to win the match. They're just going to take it right from underneath their noses. And that can be one way of winning. Don't see that much. It's a very ballsy play. It's very risky, but it can really, really be good to watch. So I'm hoping, hint, hint, one of these teams are going to do that for me. Otherwise, just going to, from a red team perspective, usual tactics. We could have one person going for the close point, rest of the team going for mid. We could have a whole team going for their close, going for fast, one to their close. Really depends on the team. Sometimes in Unity, my team, we go straight for Quarry and we send one guy to our close, or 2 and 3. Maybe one guy to have a look at mid, maybe the tank, not sure. But sometimes maybe full team down to Quarry, using the bunker as a bit of a buffer there, slowing down their players, getting that point, getting that, and then all joining in the mid. So all going for that. One thing that is very good for teams is to actually, especially when they're in these fights, just hit the, especially if they're thinking on the blue team side, they've got Waterfall, they've got mid. They know that no one's on Quarry. One of the people from the mid fight or from Waterfall peel off, go to Quarry, decap, come back, because that decap doesn't take very long. It's like 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and they've gone. Whereas the cap takes more, like 5-6 seconds. It's always very, very nice to do. This is the initiative that hopefully Plastic Fantastic will use in this game, and they will use it to switch it to 1-1. And let's get 2-1 in this free series. Let's do it. We can do this. And red team looks like they're going for far over here. Potential cloak as well. Yep, okay, this could be very, very interesting. We see in the midpoint, we see 2 red versus 1 blue. We do see at the Quarry also the Plastic Fantastic have split up across the map. They've actually gone for Waterfall as well. Now they're coming back to the midpoint. We'll see how this fight goes in the midpoint. We've got the Ranger, so he's going to be able to keep that quiet for quite a long time as well. And do you see that Rom's going 1v1 versus Dipset Yeezus? He's doing very well as well. The Ranger, not sure what kind of a spec. We'll just have a quick look on what his spec he's using. He's using Ranger Spirit spec, so he's going to be starting to go down quite fast. So he needs to avoid damage, maybe get that elite off. Yeah, very, 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 very well done. Using those spirits and whatnot at the right time. We do see that Waterfall is currently contested as well. The only point that has been taken at the moment is by red and is at Graveyard, where we will be going right now. So we do see that reds have still quite strong in the midpoint. They do still have that point. We do see that Azron is still there as well, quite strong. We do see Zapdos just going for the chase there on Brujo. Just trying to keep him off the point. Blue trying to trying to go and protect him, but not necessarily the best thing to do. You are near the spawn, so he can go back and reset himself, and they are outnumbering them on this side of the fight. At the moment, Te is trying to get on there, trying to contest the mid. Red have completely dominated the map. Cheese Mode have gone for it. They have completely taken the map. Only point that's being contested at the moment is Quarry. Maybe blue team can get over. But Rom has actually killed Dipset. He's downed him. He has got that. So he's going back to mid. He's going to be joining that mid fight if there is a mid fight. Te is outnumbered. He's got 2 versus himself. Not sure what blue are doing at the moment. Everyone's here. Bit worried about where blue are heading on the map at the moment. They're very spaced out, not really playing together. We do see them. We've got them teamed up over here. That's my bad there. Just ranging onto Waterfall at the moment, doing very well too. Just interested to see how he's playing on this Necro spec. Flesh Worm is not something I would personally use. Ebonimic is very, very effective. Might have to try summon Flesh Worm. Might be quite a good thing to use. See, this is what I love. This is what I love about these guys who are still playing structured PvP. They are trying what they want to try. They're playing what they want to play with, and they. If it works, it works. You know, and they'll learn from this, and they'll come back, and they will be back again. Azron's still got his spirits up there. He's got 1 off cooldown. Hopefully, you'll notice that. Potentially needs to use it at the moment because they are outnumbered on this fight here at Waterfall. Cheese Mode just dominating at the moment, 188 points to 8. As I say that score is going to be going up extremely hard. Plastic Fantastic need to get to the mid, or they need to get to Quarry. At the moment, there is no pointage being retaken here. Waterfall need to win it because they've been here for too long. 3 versus 1 or 2 guys, so they have won this fight. PhD in Stomponomics has gone down there. He might get this. Yeah, good job. Dipset just getting the down there. He will be hopefully tanking that point. He's got his spirits, but he will not be using them yet, as they will go off cooldown as soon as someone potentially comes to attack. So in the midpoint we see at the moment, Zebrados has been mowed at the moment, so that's good focus. You see all the blue team focusing that player. When you are mowed, you've got very, very limited skills and maneuverability. You've only got that dash skill, so he can get out of there like that. But he's still on about 60% health. So even though he was mowed, there was no focus to get him down. But sometimes it's not always to get the player down. Sometimes it could be to get him out of the fight. But unfortunately, Te has actually gone down there. We do see that Dipset is supporting from the top. This is a very good move, but he hasn't noticed that behind he has indeed lost the point now. As you see, PhD has literally spawned and has run back to that waterfall. He's running side to side because he knows he's just picked up the easiest cap he'll get all day. If you're ranging on this point, just as a pointer, it's always good, especially if you're standing at that top. Just have a quick look, maybe face your camera the other way. Try and get on a different angle so you can see if anyone's coming from behind or from the side. Likely you've got some kind of root skill so you can stop that guy from running and you can get back to that point so it doesn't contest it. Azron is getting raised up at the moment. That's a very fast red. He's got his spirits off cooldown as well, so he's going to get them back up. Hopefully he can stay up in this fight until his elite comes off cooldown, which is about another minute. But do you see that Brujo has gone off to Quarry? He's trying to get that out point, but the red team are getting back and they are being very, very effective in making sure that those points don't go to blue team. Doing very, very well here. Once again, if you want to see anything in particular in the stream, anyone's specs that you're interested in, then I am more than happy to go through that, as we don't have a lot of time often to go through them in full. As we see, Tez got the very much going for the res, so he's using a trait there where he goes for the res and he's getting that bubble up, as well as having also the bubble from the shield, and he's got the mace as well. He's got the block heal, he's got the shouts as well. So we'll have a tiny quick look at his traits here. Yeah, he's running quite a meta-orientated spec for the Guardian. Very, very effective spec. Nice with that mace trait as well, which grants additional damage and also gives you more healing power, which is about 250 as far as I remember. Also applying boons gives healing to other players, so he's the most effective in team fights. He's staying in those team fights, he's focusing on rezzing and also giving stability when he needs to. He's doing his job extremely well, and he's very much help supporting his team very well at the moment. Also Sizer getting that point back, they just keep going for that. As what I said at the beginning, very good to keep. If you can keep that pressure on that waterfall, on their close point, you're always going to be drawing someone back from the mid and essentially outnumbering in the midpoint. We just see red team cheese mode are smashing it in the middle fight at the moment. We see the only person that is left on the map is Brujo, and he is far from home. He is very far from home. In the middle we have 2 or 3 guys. Once they realise Brujo is there, we're going to see 2 or 3 guys from the red team moving back to Quarry to retake that. So potentially, Brujo's going for the mid. Lone Warrior, go for it. PhD versus Brujo. We will see which warrior has the stuff in this team, in this 1v1. Brujo doing a very good job there. He's getting back onto this point to make sure that it is not contested. He's not giving up. He is putting it. He's basically trying his best. This is much respect to these guys. All 4 teams we've seen tonight have not given up when it comes to a fight they're losing. They will just get back in there and they will try their hardest, especially when they're being streamed. They want to show people that they are good players and that they will come back to fight another day. I mean, at the moment, it is a win for a red team. They are 453 points to 94. Teams could come back from this, but at the moment they only need 1 point to even secure the match. But it's just very interesting to see a one-on-one fight versus Warrior. It appears this could last all day. Let's go back to the mid. Mid is very clear. Waterfall, there's a bit of contention going on here. Dipset is holding that point with the Spirits at the moment. Plastic and Ted moving in there just to try and get that guy off the point. They need to focus in quick. Guardian moving into the mid. It's going to be a very tank-on-tank battle in the mid. Zapdos probably, using the longbow as well. Let's just have a quick look at Zapdos spec. Position, there you go. That is Cheese Mode's match, and congratulations to Cheese Mode, and well done to Plastic, fantastic as well. As we can see, anything can happen in these fights, especially when we think both teams came second in the recent weeks in this tournament. And when you fight the different teams, different comps, it looks like Cheese Mode have a very, very interesting match set up at the moment. They've got the 3 warriors, and they're using them very well. The speed that they're getting around the map and the way they're moving around is just very, very awesome. Very impressed with Cheese Mode and their specs and the amount of they're getting around, the way they're getting around the map, the way they're using the opponent's close point. Is very, very effective as a team and moving around the map. I'm not sure what Tarquin feels about it. He's still kind of sitting there with a zombie chomping on his butt, but there's not much we can do for him at the moment. He's going to turn probably quite soon. So you need to change. You need to stay for the other matches that are coming up to see how Tarquin goes in his fight for survival. He looks like he's kind of enjoying it as well. But basically,